Well, it might be beautiful up here, but I've just had about enough of bog trotting now. Better smell absolutely delightful. So welcome back to the channel. Straight into it today. I'm in the Peak District. I've not been here since the end of last year. It's a route I've been saving for quite some time. The intention today is to bag a few Ethels. Those are all the peaks here that are over 400 metres. There's 95 of them. I don't intend to do many over the next couple of days, but I do intend to do one or two. And after leaving Bamford Station, it's a good hour and a half's worth of road walking, and then when you cross the bridge at Lady Bar Reservoir, you're straight into some fire burning stuff. And this is going to be the first hill of the day. This is Crook Hill, and later on tonight, when I get further and further into the Peak District itself, I'm looking for its most remote spot. I think I've found it on the map, although in truth, in the Peak District, you're never a million miles away from anyone. You've got Manchester to one side, Sheffield to the other, and Derbyshire on the other edge. So it's generally quite busy. But I've got a feeling the further I go, the less people I'll see. And that's what I'm hoping for. Well, this isn't a bad summit, is it? This is the summit of Crook Hill. And I'm ticking off all these peaks using the Ethel Ready app. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But for very little effort, you get an absolutely fantastic viewpoint. This is amazing. But as it's near dinner time, I'm pretty hungry and I'm pretty thirsty. Before I move on, I think I'll get something to eat. So just before I get stuck into my lunch, if you can give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. And all that interaction helps the channel grow. Right, I'm going to smash this Scotch egg, then I'm going to make some tracks. Well, I could see this field of cows in the distance, and I could tell that they got young with them, and I was a little bit nervous. But as I got closer, there's a little bit of a fence running right around the outside. Might even be electric as well. And they're not too bothered either. They're quite happy and docile sitting there. It's a really warm day. I never can get the weather and the temperature quite right. Maybe if some of this cloud burns off, we'll get a little bit of sunshine. But the weather overnight is set to be really mild. Could be anywhere between 17 and 15 degrees. So it could be a warm one. We'll just take it as it comes though. How good is this? What a fantastic viewpoint. And you can see some people on the outcrop over there. What a place. Well, I'm going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to put some midge repellent on and rehydrate. And then I'm going to be dropping down off this back towards Lady Bar Reservoir, I think. So yeah, still got plenty of miles left to do. So I managed to fill my water bottle up from this stream. It seems to be feeding into the reservoir. And as you can see, in terms of the Peak District, it's not peaty at all. In fact, it's quite clear. I put it in my water to go bottle, and I'm using this one today to filter my drinks instead of my mini Sawyer, only because my mini Sawyer bag sprung a leak and I haven't been able to replace it. Well, this has done the trick. I've been able to quench my thirst. I've got loads of water, probably around about 3.5 litres to last me to tomorrow. Should be enough. Anyway, got plenty of miles left to do yet. So I've just stopped for 5 minutes to fill up my water bottle again. There's an abundance of water, streams are really full, and be able to fill up some more for tonight as well, which is really good. And I'm a little bit ahead of where I thought I would be. I've got to climb up Cranberry Clough, get to the top of Howden Edge, and I'll have a look for somewhere to pitch then. But to be honest, I'm pretty early, so I might leave it a while before throwing the tent up. But loving this now. This is absolutely spectacular country. So this is the trig point of Margery Hill, 546 metres. And personally, I think this is probably the most remote place in the Peak District. Had a good look at the map before I came up here. On the nearest local access road, you're looking in a couple of directions, at least 3 miles. Maybe a little bit less in that direction, but it's as remote as it's going to get up here. And for the last hour and a half, I've only seen one other couple. I don't think I'll see too many more people tonight, if any at all. Wow. This is stunning. It really is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the drone up and I'm going to go looking for a suitable place to pitch the tent. I know it's a little bit early, but it might take some getting to, so I think that's what I'll do now, and then I'll get some food on the go. Right, well I think I found a decent pitch. I don't think it's going to get much better than this. I'll bring you back when I get the tent up. And there she is. So I was going to bivvy tonight. Weather's certainly suitable for bivvying, but I opted for luxury instead. But I don't think it's going to be quite as warm as what I thought it might be. So I've put the outer on, and what I'll do is I'll open the sides, just let a bit of air through, just see how I get on. But I think I'm going to get a pretty comfortable night's sleep anyway. Right, I'm going to get set up inside, get some food on, and I'll bring you back then. So I'll just very quickly take you through my setup inside. If you watched a couple of weeks ago when I did the lightweight walk, you know the problems that I had with my thermarest. That's been sent away, hopefully for repair. I'm just waiting to hear back from them to confirm that that's what's going to happen. So I've got my thinnest, I'll just show you that. Got my thinnest sleeping pad. I don't think it's got an R rating. It was a cheapie off Amazon, cost about 30 quid. But it will do the trick tonight, and as it's going to be warm, it shouldn't cause me too many problems. It's got a pillow at one end, so I didn't need to bring my blow-up pillow. I put a sleeping bag liner over the top just for comfort, and then I've got the lightest sleeping bag I own, which is an Mountain Raid 1. It's probably as thin as it gets, and I would imagine tonight I'll be plenty warm in that in any case. It's not that comfortable inside because it's a mummy-shaped sleeping bag, so my feet are held together. I normally like to spread my legs out when I sleep, so might make a bit of a difference, but we'll just wait and see. So you'll know if you watched my lightweight walk video from last time, I've got a new camping stove set up. This is it. I've got a Torx titanium mug, 650 mils, and in that sits the Alport Brewer alcohol burning stove. I tried it last time I was out, it worked really well, and I'm looking forward to cooking some food on it tonight. So rather than have dry food, I ordered some army ration packs. Someone put me onto them. For about 20 quid you can get about 4,000 calories worth of food. I didn't think it was going to come in time, so I didn't bring all of it. This is what I have brought tonight. This is what I'm having. It's steak and vegetables with dumplings, and I'm looking forward to that. So let me get the stove on and get a brew on. I'll get back to you with a taste test. Let me show you that. It smells great. That's what it looks like. Plenty of gravy. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. I think I can safely say that that gives just about any other dried meal that I've had a run for its money. Yeah, that's pretty tasty. Wow, how good's this? Gonna spin you around. I think we're going to be in for a great sunset. That's fantastic. Well, the sun did burn through the clouds a bit, heated the tent up. Was grateful for that. But it's getting a little bit chilly now, and I think I'm going to head to bed. I'm absolutely knackered. Feels like I've been on the go all day. In fact, I probably have. I'll make the best of these last few rays, and I'm going to get my head down. I want to be up early in the morning, and I want to get away. I think I've got about 12 miles left. Got about another 3 Ethels to bag as well, if all being well. So I'll leave you there, and I'll see you back in the morning. Morning everyone. It's a bit of a cloudy start this morning, so I've got some porridge, I've got a brew on. I'm going to see that off, get packed away. It should be moving fire around about 7 o'clock. So anyway, not a bad way to start the morning. Just joined this edge, and I'm going to follow this all the way to the top of High Stones. And I've got a couple of navigational choices to make. I can try and risk the bog going over featherbed moss, or I can stick to the well-worn track, drop down to the bottom, and then a little bit of reascent and possibly bag another couple of Ethels. But I'll make my decision a little bit later on. This is alright. There's not much sun this morning. It's been quite a cloudy start, but there's not a breath of wind. It's not particularly bad walking weather. There's no rain forecast either. It's always a good thing. It's always a bit of a risk when buying new kit, because it is an investment. You don't know what will work for you and what won't. I have to say, the alcohol burning stove, that Alport Brewer, is absolutely first class. Didn't take very long to boil my water this morning for my porridge or my brew. Was really impressed with that. And the Torx titanium mug seems to keep your drink warm a lot longer than it does pouring it into one of those Cedar Summit cups. Tend to go cold really quickly. But I'll tell you what didn't work, my sleep system. You do get what you pay for, and although it's broken and awaiting repair, my Thermarest knocks the spots off that cheap thing. And I know it only cost 35 quid off Amazon, and I would have been stuck without it last night, but bloody uncomfortable. Feel the ground through it. It's not nice. And the other thing that's going to go in the kit bin is that sleeping bag. It's just so narrow at the feet. It's really uncomfortable to sleep in. So I'm going to ditch that as well. And one of the kids can use it, but I won't be using it again, I don't think. Wow. Just going to make the most of these views. Look at that, down to Upper Derwent Reservoir or Howden Reservoir, I'm not sure which one that is, but fantastic. That's what I walked alongside yesterday. So this is the summit of High Stones, 550 metres. It's the highest point in Sheffield, the county top of South Yorkshire. It's quite a modest cairn really, isn't it? And there's a curlew, as you've probably heard, really busy this morning. Well look, I'm going to press on, I'm not going to dwell here. I've got some more miles to do. And while it's this quiet, make the most of it. So I decided not to risk it across featherbed moss. I did have a conversation with someone a couple of days back who'd been up here recently, said it was still a war of attrition, and I didn't fancy that. But I knew I would have some tough ascent getting back up here, and that's exactly what it was. Coming up from the reservoir, the path steep-sided, no air getting through at all, absolutely drenched in sweat, better smell, absolutely delightful. But I'm up here now, there's a little bit of a breeze which is quite pleasant. And I've got some more ascent to come, so I'm going to take 5, grab a little bite to eat, and then grab another rest when I get to the top of Lost Lad and Back Tor. Those are the 2 Ethels that I'm going to do now. I'm at the summit of Lost Lad now. Views have really opened up, superb. A little bit hazy though, but you can just make out in the distance familiar shape of Mam Tor and Lewes Hill there. Did the Edale skyline about 12 months ago. Had another cracking walk in an overnight camp as well, but this is where we're going. That's Back Tor. It's only a short walk away. I'm going to have a sit down there. This is the trig point at Back Tor, 538 metres. And what a view. By God, that breeze is welcome. That's the way we're heading. Some fantastic paths taking you across some amazing rock formations. Looks to be a couple of people in the distance coming this way as well, so I imagine there'll be a lot of people out today. So this is a good place to leave it. I've got a few miles left to do. Some of it's in this landscape, some of it's a bit of a tedious road walk back to Bamford. There's no point in filming that, but thanks for watching. I've had a blast. I guess you can find solitude and remoteness in the Peak District if you know where to look for it. So don't forget to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you've not done so already, and I'll see you next time.